What is going on, world? What's up, YouTube? It's Zero here, and today I'm bringing you guys another podcast. This is my episode number 3 for my podcast. Really excited to bring this out to you guys. Before we get started, though, into the official podcast, I wanted to go ahead and kind of go over a few different topics here, a few different things, I guess you could say. Yes, I look super white. I know, guys. People say, man, dude, you're white as fucking snow. I know. I totally fucking get that. I probably need to start using the tanning bed or something like that. Gonna be going on vacation here probably in a couple of months. So maybe then, you know, at some point this summer, I will hopefully get some color. It's also kind of like bright in my room, so maybe that's like also doing it a little bit, but maybe I'm just really fucking white. I don't know. But anyways, so a couple of things I wanted to kind of get into here, guys. First of all is about my upload schedule and such. I know that I've been trying to stay extremely consistent with my upload schedule as far as uploading every day or sometimes even double uploading some days. And I'm trying to stay as consistent as possible with this because I feel that working hard at something, and especially something that I'm passionate about, which is YouTube. I'm extremely passionate about this. I love YouTube to death, and I really want to, make this something, or at least try, So I've been working really hard, and I'm really excited for what the future holds. I want to give you guys kind of a little bit of an idea of what to expect from me upcoming here in the next couple of months. So, of course, I'm still going to be doing my news commentaries. The podcast, I'm going to continue doing these probably weekly. That's probably what you guys are going to be able to expect, is probably these podcasts every week. I also want to do some other different kinds of like collaboration videos, whether it's interviews or just kind of, top 5 plays or like an underrated kind of series. Not really underrated because I'm underrated myself, so I don't want to make an underrated series. But, a couple of different collaboration sort of series videos that I have ideas for. So I want you guys to let me know who you guys want to see me work with, I guess you could say, as far as with these collaboration videos, who you guys want to see on my channel or featured on in my channel. So I had last week, my podcast, I had TQ Stowe. He was the lead director of Horizon, or he is the lead director of Horizon. We talked about some topics as far as like Classic Call of Duty. If we're ever going to go back to Classic Call of Duty, you guys can check that out on my channel. But yeah, so that's just kind of giving you guys a little bit of what to expect with my channel, because I know some people were asking me, so what is your channel? Is it a news channel? Is it a fucking, podcast channel? Like, is it a personality-based channel? What is your channel? And honestly, guys, it's a little bit of everything. I'm trying to do multiple different things, and it's a lot of work behind the scenes, but I've been able to make it work so far. I plan on doing, personality-based stuff and news-related videos, because here's the thing. I feel that in our community, it's one of those things that there's not really anyone who does Call of Duty news, really. I guess you got Scarce, of course, and you got Keemstar who does somewhat, but they do more drama. So I wanted to do more of like news-based things regarding our community specifically. There's nothing wrong with doing like drama stuff, but that's not what my channel is built around. And I want to have a very positive kind of approach to everything, or I do have a pretty positive approach to most things when it comes to the news. So I want to like try to keep a positive kind of outlook on my channel. So there's that, but I also want to be different in the way that I don't want people just to look at me as a news person. I want people to look at me and say, yeah, he does the news, but he also does a lot of other stuff. So that's kind of what I want you guys to see from me when I'm, as my channel continues to evolve here. So that's what you guys can kind of expect. A little bit of everything, guys, is really what you guys can expect. Mainly Call of Duty based videos. I'm going to branch out a little bit to Halo, maybe some CSGO. But for the most part, it's going to stick to the roots of what this channel was built on, which is Call of Duty. So let's go ahead, guys. Let's get into the first topic today. So got a couple of topics. The first one I'm going to talk about is about OpTic. So OpTic Gaming, when it comes to them as a Call of Duty team. Okay, so obviously OpTic is, we can all agree, they are very much so involved in esports. That's really all they do. Used to have a sniping team, but they're involved specifically with esports now. They've got themselves a Halo team, a Call of Duty team, so they are doing fantastic. Their Halo team has been struggling a little bit, but I think they'll get back, I'm sure. But their Call of Duty esports team is what we're going to be talking about a little bit here, guys. The question that I have in my head that you guys, I want to hear your guys' comments down below about this is, can OpTic Gaming, their esports team for Call of Duty, can they be stopped? Can anybody beat them right now? Or is this the best team in the world? And I'm going to tell you guys my opinions personally, because that's really what I do here on this podcast. You know, I think that any opinion is subjective. You know, my opinion may not be the same as yours, but that doesn't mean mine's as good as yours or better than yours or whatever. So basically, I personally think, guys, that OpTic is the best team in the world when it comes to Call of Duty esports. They are the best. I mean, they are showing no signs of being stopped, ultimately. They are killing it right now. ESWC, they're winning all these different tournaments in a row. This is the best team I think OpTic has ever had. I mean, maybe not. They might have had a better team like a few years back. I feel, though, that this is the best team that OpTic has ever had. I definitely want to know from you guys, though, what you guys think. Do you guys think that this is the best OpTic Call of Duty team they've ever had? Or do you think there was a better year that they've had? But I think so far watching this, I can't see anyone stopping them. Honest to God, guys, there is no one who's really stepping up to the plate saying, yeah, we can beat OpTic. Now, there are teams that can beat them like 1 game or 2 games. But can they take beat them a whole series out of, you know, best of 7 or whatever? Can anybody really beat OpTic? And right now, there really hasn't been anyone who really has shown signs of possibly doing it. I know at ESWC, they played Splice. Splice didn't stand a chance against them. I think Rise is a pretty good team. FaZe is pretty good. They're kind of shaky at times, but I think FaZe is a good team as well. You know, there's other teams that are good, obviously, in Call of Duty esports, but OpTic is just on another level right now. Scumpy is playing fantastic. I mean, the guy is just killing it right now. I mean, their whole team is really doing amazing. I mean, they're given all the circumstances that they're put up against, they are killing it. And I think that they are, like I said, the best Call of Duty team in esports right now. But let me know, guys, in the comment section below what you guys think about these topics. And like, I want to try to really engage with all of you. One of the huge reasons why I'm doing these podcasts is because I want to kind of engage more with all of you. And I also think that not very many people do these podcasts. So I think it's a way for me. I do obviously news on my channel, but this is a way for me to kind of elaborate on my thoughts and opinions on different topics that are going on around our community, because I love the Call of Duty community as a whole. This is a fantastic community, and I think it's very, very important that we, you know, continue talking about Call of Duty, because there's so much to talk about. You know, esports, everything's just growing and growing and growing, and I think that there's just so much that can happen. But anyways, getting back to this, you know, with OpTic, will OpTic, the next question I guess is, will OpTic ever lose? Like, and who would they lose to? Who can you guys all see them losing to here in the future? Like I said, I think I can see them possibly losing to Rise or FaZe. Those would be the only two. I don't think anybody else can beat them. But that's just my opinion, guys. I mean, I don't know. There may be a team that I'm missing, that I'm not really thinking of right now, that could maybe beat OpTic. But the way that they are playing, and I'm talking about their Call of Duty esports team, they are unstoppable right now, I think. And I think that they are going to win every, you know, probably the next couple of tournaments at least, unless there's some ridiculous, like, trading that goes on or something. Should be interesting nonetheless. Let's move on there, guys. So, this is, the last two topics are actually kind of go hand in hand here. So, we've got the Red Clash of the Clans, and we got Sniping Showdown, and both of them have just wrapped up. And I want to talk about this, because these are community tournaments, and I think that we need these more, honestly. This is the sort of thing that's really helping the community kind of like just stay super active and everything, because that's something that I think is extremely important. You look at something like FaZe. Whenever FaZe is active, like in the community, like recruiting people and stuff like that, everything is just flowing. Other teams recruiting. There's just a lot that's happening. People are active. Everyone wants to join FaZe, and that's very good. Now, of course it's good that there's still these teams like Soar, Obey that are picking up, you know, recruits and stuff. That's great. But we need FaZe. You know, it's like everybody looks up to FaZe, and so we need them to, like, you know, be making big moves. And I think there's other teams, though, that have been really helping in these tournaments. Red Clash of the Clans, which has been going on now, and it just wrapped up. And I hope that Red does this again. Because what I personally saw from the Red Clash of the Clans is these teams grew so much. I mean, they grew a lot. Even if you were a team that even just made it to the first round or whatever, there were people and teams that really grew from the Clash of the Clans that Red did. And I think that they need to continue doing it. I really do. I think that it was a huge positive for the community, and I think that we need more of that. I just do. I mean, Red is another team that we look up to. I mean, think about it. Red is affiliated with FaZe. I mean, anything that's really affiliated with FaZe, you kind of look up to a degree. So a lot of people look up to Red, not in the same way as FaZe, but, you know, it's kind of like their, you know, the reserve team sort of thing. And so Red as a whole, I think, needs to continue doing Clash of the Clans. Now, it's probably going to be another year or so before they do another Clash of the Clans, but I think that they need to try to do this like every, you know, so often, because this engages the community. Everyone was so excited to see the results of, you know, each round as it got closer and closer to the finals, and it just was awesome. It engaged everybody. Everyone was talking about it, and the same exact thing with Sniping Showdown. So Sniping Showdown is probably, I'd say, a little bit smaller than the Red Clash of the Clans, but Sniping Showdown was for all snipers. So they had a solo tournament for snipers, and then they also had a team tournament for sniping teams, and that was awesome as well. So that just wrapped up. VE won the team tournament, and then Soar Puff won the solo tournament. And, you know, these guys got so much exposure just from doing it. VE is a super underrated sniping team, and they grew a lot from this. So it's something that I think is very important, that we need to continue doing these kind of tournaments in the Call of Duty community. I hope we do it more and more. I think a lot of this kind of gets back to, you know, when it comes to these tournaments, people want to play on specific games. They don't want to, you know, a lot of our community don't like these futuristic Call of Duties. So it makes it difficult. It's like, yeah, we're going to do a tournament, but it's going to be all based on the older Call of Duties. You know, it's tough. I mean, it really is. So that's why we're hoping, you know, that at some point, you know, I would say with COD 4 being remastered, hopefully that rejuvenates the community as a whole. Infinite Warfare, well, you know, we're all really bummed about it, but, you know, maybe it'll surprise us in one way or another. But yeah, so I really feel, though, that with, you know, Sniping Showdown, with Red Clash of the Clans, this is something that they need to continue doing. And I think that other people should try to do stuff that's similar to this. I know there was like this knifing tournament that was kind of coming up. It's called like Knife Tourney or something like that on Twitter. I don't know if it came to fruition or whatever happened with it. But so, I think it was like a tournament that was going to be all for knifers and knife feeders and stuff like that. And that's another great idea. Do tournaments. These are the things that we need to do as a community to stay alive, kind of, you know, because there's so many times where the community's just kind of like fallen on its face. It's been dead for, you know, months. And I mean, the community's just been slowly dying over the course of some years, even though it's been growing at the same time. It shows no signs of completely dying. But our community is kind of slowly dying as a whole. So I think that we need to do stuff like this. Keep a positive approach to everything. With the Red Clash of the Clans, something that I noticed that was interesting was that there wasn't a bunch of people like just talking mad shit on each other. There was to a degree, but at the same time, I feel that it was pretty, you know, I mean, it's one of those things when you're doing some kind of like a sporting event or something. Of course, there's that like competition, and you'll, you know, talk shit to each other. So it's kind of like that, you know. We're in this competition and stuff, and you talk a little bit of some shit. I found though, when Soar Mac did the Clash of the Clans for Soar, it was huge. Everybody was going for this Clash of the Clans thing. And after the first round, I think or maybe the first 2 rounds, it basically ended, and they didn't even continue doing it because of all the shit talking that was going on. And Max probably just did not like how much shit was just being talked, and like they, you know, teams thought that they should have moved on to the next round and stuff like that. With Red though, the way that they did it, I think was really good, and I think that people were really good sports about it. I just do. I mean, I think that you would have given it a couple years ago, people would have been really bad sports about everything. But there was a lot more people this time around with this Red Clash of the Clans where I felt like people were good sports about it. It's not that hard to be just, it's like everybody's trying to grow. All right, we're all trying to grow. Like, let's just kind of do it together sort of thing. It doesn't have to be a huge competition. Yeah, obviously, it's a competition. I'm trying, if I'm a player, I'm trying to get into red, and everybody else in my team is trying to get into red as well. We're also trying to do dual camps with red because that's what, one of the prizes was the best player would get chosen to be picked up to red, and then the actual team that won would be able to do dual cams with red. So that's something that's just really cool. I feel that we need more of that. We need more collaboration sort of stuff. We need ways to keep the community extremely alive and like just to continue. One thing that I feel that they used to do a long time ago was dual cams. Teams would do dual cams with each other, and it was fucking amazing seeing teams doing dual cams. I remember Sora and High did dual cams, and it was called Soaring So High, and that was fucking amazing. I mean, I loved that. I wish we would do more stuff like that. It helps the teams grow, the collaboration, your fans come here, our fans go there. It's just one of those things that I think we need more of. Collaboration. As more teams become more exclusive, I think that there needs to be more teams that become like collaborative with each other, work together, like make this community amazing. Like, obviously we do have a great community. We just need to like do more together as a community instead of kind of being secluded to just the team that we're in, or just it's all about me, it's not about anybody else. It's about like collaborating with people, meet people, have fun. Like, this is a hobby, guys. It's not a job for all of us. There's certain people that this is a job for, but for the majority of us, it's not a job. We're just doing it for fun. So have fun, be collaborative, work hard, and grow. I mean, essentially is really like what we have to do. And stay positive. Have a positive approach to everything. I see so many negative comments on, Twitter, on YouTube and stuff. Like, be positive. Like, it's not that hard. Like, we just gotta, everyone's gotta work together, and you gotta keep a positive approach to things. Like, life is short, and, we're trying to have fun doing this hobby. So just work your ass off. I've been saying this for a long time. The amount of work you put in is what you're going to get out of it. So if you put in a lot of work, you're going to get immense amounts of return as far as, growth or recognition in general. And it might not happen right away. It usually doesn't. It takes time. But over a period of time, guys, if you just stay consistent for a long enough period of time, you'll see dreams and things happen that you never thought were possible. So just go for it and just work at it. And I don't even know why I'm even saying this, because I'm not really anywhere where I want to be yet. But I've been able to build somewhat of a little fan base together, which has been great. And I just want to give you guys a little bit of some advice as to kind of how to get started. Just stay positive, work hard, upload, and make sure that your uploads are high quality. And, it's not just, not just a bunch of, you just upload a lot of random uploads and stuff, because it's not about the quantity, it's all about the quality of the uploads. Take time into your videos, work hard and have fun. Collaboration is huge, and I love to try to collaborate with people when I can. Like I said, last week I collaborated with T. Cousteau. He's also a very underrated YouTuber, so I want to help people, and I want other people to, I would love people to help me too. It's all a growing process and us working together. So I kind of got a little bit off track here, but this is what I'm getting at, guys. It's all about staying positive. It's about working hard. It's about things like Sniping Showdown and Red Clash of the Clans that helps our community kind of like come together and in friendly competition, just grow. I mean, it's one of those things, guys. That's what the whole point of Red Clash of the Clans is. You ask Kiwis, you ask Formula. That's what they wanted. They wanted to help other teams grow that are having, might be struggling growing, get the recognition they deserve. Same thing with Sniping Showdown. I think it was fantastic. But yeah, so I kind of went off a little bit on that. But anyways, guys, this is going to be a little bit of a shorter podcast, but nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you guys have any, topics in general that you want me to talk about, also let me know in the comment section below who you guys want to see feature on one of my future podcasts. I have a few people in mind that I want to bring on and kind of talk with, run some ideas and everything. But anyways, guys, yeah, hope you guys did enjoy the podcast. And if you did, leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new, stay positive, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.